our guru was feeling under the weather, but I'm gonna hold it down. So Cowboys win 26-24 against the Buccaneers. A really good game. Came down to the passing game and the defensive playing physical, because in the run game that they held Rico Dowdle to 23 rushing yards. In these past few games, you've seen Rico getting over 100 plus. So they had to make some adjustments, finding those soft spots in the Bucs defense to make some things happen. You've seen CeeDee Lamb playing lights out. He's still playing with that bum shoulder. You know, he had to get out a little bit. You actually seen a sighting of Ryan Flournoy, who got 3 catches for 40 yards as well. I'm going to do a little recap on the offense before we get into the defense, who a lot of guys deserve to gain ball on that. So Brandon Cooks had 48 yards for 3 receptions. Jake Ferguson had 40 yards for 6 catches. But there are some times where, like, dang, he had a little, the ball would be in his hand and it would drop, and there'd be some time where you thought, oh crap, this would be a turnover. You're like, oh. But overall, the offense did solid and definitely had room for improvement. But you got to see a little bit of what this offense could be, and yet there's no playoff contention, so you might as well do player evaluation right now. It's like, get guys that haven't had the opportunity to play, get the ball to them, still get it to your star guys like CeeDee Lamb, and then who could be an up and comer is Rico Dowdle as your running back. But I still say draft a running back in this year's draft and sign a free agent as well, maybe possibly. But we'll get into that definitely soon, because since we're not in playoff contention, expect some draft talk and then some free agent acquisition talk as well. But that's neither here or there for that. But solid game by Cooper Rush. There are some questionable things in there. He had 292 yards, but he didn't generate a turnover. But there were some times where we thought he was going to get a turnover. But good game on the offense. He got 26 points. Most of them was by Mr. Automatic himself, Brandon Aubrey. But there's a touchdown by Jalen Tolbert. Had a nice catch as well. Had some some nice catches in this game for 2 catches for 20 yards. And they utilized what we thought the Cowboys should have been utilizing. Zeke is short yardage, your goal line back. He got 1 carry for 1 yard for a touchdown. That's what Zeke needs to be on this team for the rest of this year. If it's 4th and 1, or we're just 1 yard from getting a touchdown, that's when you get Zeke in, or Hanuluki. That's how you utilize him for sure. So, also before we get into the defense real quick, CeeDee Lamb had broke a record, being the first Cowboy player in history with 100+ yards in the first half, receiving yards in back-to-back games. We're talking to like the Drew Pearsons, the Des Bryants, the Michael Irvins. He is literally the first one to do it. So congrats to Zeke. I said Zeke. I meant CeeDee. My bad. But solid game by them. Still room for improvement. But like I said, this is since there's no playoff contentions after the Commanders beat the Eagles. It's all about player evaluation, trying to figure out who's going to be on this team and who's going to be. We got to roll in the Brinks truck for it. So let's get into this defense. So the game ball goes definitely to Jordan Lewis. Jordan Lewis had a hell of a game, still flying everywhere, making tackles. And that nasty interception, that was a good one by him. And Chauncey Golston. You're not going to get a little team-friendly deal. There's going to be some people that are going to want Chauncey on this team, but I know he wants to be back on this team, and he'd be a good addition and possibly could be a starter for this team. I don't think how it's looking with DeMarcus Lawrence. I think he may be leaning towards retirement, or you just need to move on from him. He's been definitely a great edge for us, but those lower body injuries, been taking a toll on him. So, but you may have a possibility Chauncey Golston still wouldn't stop you from drafting one early. Just, have good depth on this team. And Chauncey Golston has definitely stepped up since DeMarcus Lawrence been out. And also Carl Lawson, that bull rush on Tristan Wirfs, man. The lower the we'll go back to that, but also Diggy Zoo made some plays as well. You're gonna definitely have to put the Brinks trunk for him if you want to get him back on this team. You definitely want to have a good 3-tech on this team. You're seeing some growth by Mozzie, still grinding, but you got to get Oster back on this team, and also Micah Parsons. I heard Michael Parsons said he doesn't looking for $40 million. That doesn't mean you're gonna get him for $30 million, Jerry Jones. You're gonna get him. You're gonna be between 35 to 38 million. You can't just give him the discount deal, and hopefully it doesn't wait into the last doggone minute, and like we did with CDs, so we can get some acquisitions. And yeah, I'm not even talking about prime time acquisition. Just some solid guys on this team that can make this defense even better. This defense is definitely improved in the first half. This second half looks a lot better. You're seeing they were physical today. They were trying to force turnover to Maris little foul, and then the game-winning fumble recovery by Deron Bland, playing physical out there. He's getting back to what he was last year and the year before that. I'm definitely glad to see that and seeing some that turnover mentality on this team. They're playing physical out there. They want to play for both Mikes, and I think Mike McCarthy and Mike Zimmer are going to be back on this team. I know a few weeks ago we were trying to figure out who's going to be the next coach of the Dallas Cowboys. You can see this team wants to fight for these coaches, and it's just been a rough year. A lot of injuries and a lot of things happen, and it happens. But they need to add on to this team. Whoever is on the lacking side, we just need to move on from them. I'm not going to be name calling or nothing like that, but this team definitely needs to add on to this team. I think this team could get back into the playoff contention. They just need to improve in some certain situations. It can't just be this set on the draft. It's got to be some free agent acquisitions. You have to spend a little bit more money than you have in these past. Even if you got to go back to how you did it when you got Brandon Cooks and Stephon Gilmore. We got some draft picks. You made the draft trades. If you could have an opportunity to trade some mid-round picks for some former veterans, do it. If that's the way we get acquisitions on this team, do it. Like, we got a whole bunch of fifth-round picks. If we move one to get a guy that can start at a caliber like how we got with Stephon Gilmore last year, go and do it. That's all I got to say with that. But this is a definitely great game. I know a lot of us Cowboy fans didn't really see us beating the Bucs, but this team fought. It was gritty. They did. That fourth quarter was like, oof. I think they may let the Buccaneers win this game, but they didn't. They held it down. The defense held it down. The offense. Hopefully we can get the run game going back next week against the Eagles. Like I said, it's player evaluation now. There's no contention to go to the playoffs. It still don't mean you're not going to get a solid product. It's like you want to see what these young guys who haven't had the opportunity, let them play. Maybe we'll get a Trey Lance sighting or something. We should, because we traded a fourth-round pick, and at that situation, like, can we see a little bit of Trey Lance maybe in these last two games? Maybe we'll get to see something. But and John Domingo too. We didn't see much of him. I think he got a couple plays in. But this has been Tacos and Touchdowns. Comment below, what is your favorite Christmas movie? I want to see. We didn't get to do our Christmas special thing. Things happened, but we should be back Thursday. We'll definitely keep you and let y'all know for anything. This has been Tacos and Touchdowns. Have a good day. Peace.